Alright, let us continue on our adventures in Pillars of Eternity. Let's load my saved game. Now I must confess I did find out I didn't really miss a party member, but I did some events a little out of order. So I'm going to actually go outside and get this third party member, and then I'm probably going to hire the fourth from the inn. Because I'm running into a fight here that is outside of my realm of capability at the moment. The squat, distended body of an elderly dwarf woman dangles from a thin, crooked bough that sags at the tug of her noose. The bloated purple flesh of her neck, worn away in patches like moth-eaten linen, bulges over the rope that suspends her, and her lifeless head lolls forward rigidly from one side to the other when the breeze shifts. You perceive a faint glow around her that casts no light on its surroundings, but there is a tepid warmth to it, and you feel somehow that you could reach out and touch it, not with your hands, but with some aspect of yourself that has no worldly dimension. Reach out for the woman. You take a deep breath, clearing your mind, focusing on your objective. As you exhale, you feel yourself spreading out towards the hanging woman, perceiving all that lies between you and her with new, unfamiliar awareness. Once you have expanded enough to reach her, there's a sudden jolt to your mind, a ringing electric surge of images and words and sounds. Involuntarily, you shut your eyes and feel yourself being pulled down to some deeper consciousness in a space occupied only by you and the hanging woman. And when you open them again, she is staring at you with eyes clouded in milky fog, her body still swaying in a wind you no longer feel from a tree that stands planted in a misty void. The woman gives a slow nod of her head, the rope creaking as she does so, and she smiles at you. Have you
come here for me, dear? Or have you gotten lost? Ah, it is both, I think. Yes? Is that what we're doing? Perhaps it just seems that way. Perhaps it is the easiest way for your mind to make sense of it. I think it is a very good choice. No, I think not. A pity that. It would be simpler. A mercy even. To not have to wander anymore, no? Alas, we are here, you and I. Wherever here may be. Did you now, dear? My, that would be something, wouldn't it? Could be luck, could certainly be. A storm can be a careless thing. Or maybe it got its hands around your soul but couldn't pick it up. A soul can be heavy if it stayed in one piece through its time. Strong souls, we call them in the trade. Cold, I mean. Call them. Those days are all behind me, no?
She nods, a look of pity on her face, as though consoling a child.
The world looks a little different than it used to, is that it? Feels like you're noticing things for the first time that have always been there. You have seen past the shroud. It only takes an instant. Your soul remembers, yes? Remembers how it sees when it leaves the body, like being reminded of a dream you had forgotten. You are a watcher now, and a watcher you will stay. What indeed? Long hours have many animancers spent studying such things. Not I, though. Not I. I'll tell you what I know, though, since fair is fair. And here we are, visiting, you and I, and it reminds me of better times. Souls pass on. Some say through Audra stones, which are the blood veins of the world. They leave the world for a time and are reborn into it, sometimes more than they were before, but usually less and seldom the same. For all souls there is a time where they do not live, yet have not passed on, and those souls roam the world, same as you or I, either leaving or lost. But no one sees them because they have forgotten how. A watcher sees, though, knows what to look for. And sometimes they know a person just by looking at them, know where they've been in ages past when their bodies were other bodies. See memories even their honor can't recall. A wonder to behold when all goes well, a wonder. Oh, nothing to be afraid of, I'm sure. It's just much to take in for some. Sometimes there's trouble sleeping or other difficulties.
She smiles at you reassuringly, fanning out a tuft of long whiskers that sprouts from one of her cheeks.
You should see old Meerwald. He could tell you much more than I. A watcher just like you. Helped many in his day. Took up in an old keep no one would claim. Not far, not far. Kadnua, beyond the Black Meadow. He will welcome the company. Oh, yes, entropy. Rimagan's work. We know little of why or how. We lose pieces of ourselves when we die and pick up pieces of others when we are born again, but less than what we lost. We tried to stop it with the animantic sciences, but with little success. No. A very small few resist Rimergan's influence and stay together through some force of defiance, at least for a time. But they all succumb eventually, I think. Me? I'll bore you to tears, though. And here I thought you'd come to visit me in particular. Caldara de Baranzi, of the Valian Royal Academy of Animantic Sciences. Not the greatest of their number, but I came here all the same because this was where help was needed.
She laughs, a rasping, choked cackle escaping between rows of buttery yellow teeth. Yummy, causing her body to bob up and down with each spasm. Seeing your blank expression, she catches herself.
Oh, come now. Such a question. As though the answer were plain as a rope tied for strangling. Allow an old dwarf her last bit of cheer. Well, I came where I was needed, didn't I? Offered my services to Lord Radric for a pittance. A humble pittance. I was to examine the Lord's wife, see why the gods have seen fit to poison her womb. Studied her for months, looked high and low for impurities, tested her valence, the permeability of her essence. Do you know what I found? Nothing at all. A healthy woman, head to toe, blessed with a beautiful soul. Such a sweet woman, too. Meek, but warm-hearted. A few months' time, and the lord of the house demanded answers. For a time, I told him what he wanted to hear. Oh, yes, my lord. She is riddled with imbalances. I must have time to cure her. As the birth drew near, he grew impatient, as lords do. And this is where I've ended up. A student of the soul. Something so basic, yet so poorly understood. But so many breakthroughs have been made in my lifetime. Had been made. Had been. To hear the locals tell it, we're a gang of soul manglers that preys upon the weak-minded. And the worst of us are. But The best of us, the best inspirations, miracle workers. My parents were soul twins, miserable before they met, empty inside. It was an animancer who helped one find the other, turned their lives around. You wouldn't believe the stories. Amnesiacs helped to remember their lives. The suicidal brought back from the brink of oblivion. The elderly afforded extra moments to say their goodbyes. How soon we forget when we're afraid. It's a fascinating science. A fascinating time to be alive in a place like Deerwood that does not control the research.
It is Deerwood. I've been pronouncing it correctly.
I love the Valian Republics for many things, but their recent caution will leave them behind, I fear. Of course. Goodbye, my dear. It was lovely visiting.
Caldera closes her eyes and her head slumps forward over the noose, and your surroundings seem to bleed into your vision from some unknown place awaiting. Granted, Crucible of the Soul, whatever that means. So, it looks like I have a bunch of side quests. I still have to go defeat that bear. But I know for a fact there's another... this guy.
17 and a half.
Oh, gotcha. So is it an active ability or something just passive that happens in combat? The smell of pipe smoke, at once earthy and sweet, winds its way into your nostrils. Your eyes trace the smoke to its origin, where you find a broad man with straw-colored hair leaning against a mossy rock wall, his pipe held to his lips with one meaty hand. He looks you directly in the eye, but the look is not aggressive. He regards you with a peculiar smirk.
17 and a half. Well, could be 18, depending
Gotcha,
on how you count the dwarf woman.
Thank you for the information.
The dwarf woman. You were trying to figure out whether to count her as a full person. I think you oughta. The people hanging from the tree. 18 of them. Well, last I counted, anyway.
Is that what people do for fun around here?
Name's Adair. Though to the people around here, might as well be 19. Don't think I'd put you much higher than 22, 23 tops. You look like the sort that likes to get involved.
He looks at you a moment, his brow arched. His smirk broadens.
I was smoking over here, saw you staring at her. Twice I refilled my pipe. You never so much as blinked. Your mouth was so slack I took you for a Radric at first. Careful, friend. Best not use that word round here. There'd be any number of Radric bootlickers within earshot. Ciphers, animancers, watchers. Same thing in the eyes of folks around here, Radric especially. They come through these parts all the time with their cures, preying on the desperate. None of them are who they claim to be. Of course, seeing you with that funny look, I'd be halfway inclined to believe you were having some kind of communion with that dwarf. Either case, maybe I'm not 19 after all. No offense.
My character is stoic and rational, so none taken. Good, they don't mean it personal when they hang folks here. I have to remind myself.
The town's had it in for me for a long time now. Only fellow who ever stuck up for me, well, he's number 18 up there. My headman on the farm. Used to be my captain during the war.
Saints War, only one in my lifetime. Fella decides he's the living incarnation of Aethys. Overthrows Ridceris. Marches on Deerwood. So we gave him a Deerwood and hello.
We blew him up. We blew him up.
God of Rebirth and Redemption. Formerly, anyhow. Maybe they call him something different where you're from. Got involved. Yeah, that usually gets you in trouble. Raedric sent men down here the other day. Said they had it on good authority someone in town was working with Kulsk, plotting Raedric's overthrow. Said if he didn't come forward right then and there, they'd hang every last one of us. No one was coming forward. So Swithin, that's my head man, he steps up and says it's him. They took him at his word. And he got hanged for it. He sighs and shakes his head, his eyes fixed on the tree. Bound to happen sooner or later. If not for plotting the war against Raedric, then for protecting me. Oh, if not for plotting against Raedric, then protecting me.
Picked the wrong god. That's what it comes down to. Used to be a lot of Aethys worshippers in Gilded Vale. That mess of rocks over there, that was a temple to him, to give you some idea. Then one day, somebody named Widewind shows up on Deerwood's doorstep. Says he's the living flesh of Aethys. Got an army with him. Suddenly, Aethys isn't so popular in these parts. My brother Woden and me, neither of us believed it. No way was that Aethys. He enlisted, then I did too. But, he didn't make it back. After the war, people took to punishing Aethys worshippers, accusing them of treason. Got real ugly, especially after the Legacy started. Folks needed someone to blame. I was safe because I fought, but then this rumor starts that my brother, that he was on the wrong side. And I wasn't so safe anymore. Until my headman stepped in and said they'd have to hang him to get to me. Seems that's no longer a concern. Of course, the townies don't do the hanging these days, but when Raedric's men come, they got no problem doing the pointing.
Aloth glances at you and lowers his voice. You could see why I was eager to leave. Who's Kulsk? Someone who got tired of all the hangings. He's on the run now. Probably will be till they catch him. Drinking mostly. Point of fact, I'm on my way out. Just haven't figured out where I'm going yet. Not a whole lot of places out there that don't think Waidwin's legacy started with Waidwin. Where are you headed? Someplace called Caed Nua. There's an old watcher there who might be able to help me.
Seem to remember hearing something about that years ago. He tamed that place. People would seek him out for all kinds of things. Troubles of the soul, questions for the departed. Of course, that was back when you didn't have to say watcher with a hush on your breath. A man such as that, there'd be things I'd want to ask him. Don't know why I never thought of it before. Not sure how I feel about setting out with a stranger, and a strange one at that. But, truth be told, you might be the only one in town who wouldn't feel some relief seeing me swing from that tree.
There's a fine reason if I ever heard one.
All right, then. Guess I'll do some sightseeing. Long as you're not the one picking the sights.
Okay, so let me check out this ability. Crucible of the Soul. The Watcher unravels the vital essence of his or her enemies, gaining endurance in the process. 1 per rest. Okay, that's handy.
Yes? Hey.
Okay. Turn off AI. Let's look at this guy's character sheet. He is a fighter, so I want to pick fighter type of stuff for him. Let's go survival. Let's just go all survival. I've got a combination of athletics, lore, and mechanics on the other 2 characters, so let's focus on survival on this guy. Talents. Stick with class talents for now. Let's take a look at some of these. An additional use of knockdown per encounter, that could be handy. That rapid recovery is a passive that could be handy. Okay, and these are the ones that mimic other classes' abilities. So I'm probably gonna do a class ability for their first ability. Athletics, huh? Okay, yeah. Thank you for the tip. I'll take a couple points out of survival and add to athletics. There. I know my other character's kind of athletics lore. My main character, the one I rolled, and then Aloth, I think I'm focusing on lore mechanics. So I kind of want to keep survival up on this guy, but I'll keep athletics up as well. Thank you for the tip. And let's go with rapid recovery. I like passives. Okay, another level, so... Fighter abilities. Defender. Fighter adopts a more conservative combat strategy, concentrating on locking down enemies that stray too close. Increases his or her number of engagement targets to 3, but at the expense of deflection. Steadies the fighter arm, causing the percentage of their grazes to be converted to hits and increasing minimum damage for melee weapons. That could be good. Fighter intensely focuses on his or her training, significantly raising accuracy for a short amount of time. Guardian stance. Devotes all of his energy to defending allies. Lowers accuracy but increases the deflection of nearby allies. I think I'm going to go with Confident Aim just to get some more damage potential. Okay, so... I'm going to go to the inn and rest up, and then I'm going to go back inside the temple. Now that I have 3 characters, I should have an easier time in there. I mean, I was doing okay, but there's this one fight with like 4 of those Wolver guys, and that was kind of difficult. Let's see if we can hire a room.
Hello.
How much does this cost to hire another person? 250 CP, I have 360. I'll just wait and see if I can do it with the 3 guys for now.
Gods keep you.
Inns allow your character to rest without using camping supplies. Cheap rooms are usually available, but if you have copper to spend, you may consider more expensive options. The bonuses they provide last for a long time and affect the entire party. I'm going to save money right now. I just want to get my character's health and health back up to max. Okay, so let's look at their abilities.
Yeah.
I got my Zealous Endurance going.
Yes?
Hey,
Fighter got his knockdown. One thing I do need to check is gear, see if I have better gear for him. Let's see. 15 to 22 slash damage. I don't think I have anything near that good. 15 to 21 slash damage. That's average. Average. Yeah, I don't think I have anything near that good. Medium shield. Small shields. Medium shields. Yeah, it looks like his starting stuff is better than what I've accumulated. Okay.
Yeah.
So let's go back to the temple. Let's see if we have a better time of it with that one fight. Let's save our game because the autosave doesn't occur as often as I would like.
Welcome.
Ah, that door. I swear you used to be able to feel those bells above ground. Feel it through the dirt. He shakes his head. I know you have to ring them in order, and that's all. I know the large bell gets rang second. I assume there's going to be more tips hidden around. I just have to find them. And that's all. One of their rituals. You might find more information in the rectrix's room. Maybe even a key. It's over by the scriptorium with all the books. And Skolder, too.
Hail, traveler.
So I've discovered the temples have been sealed up. The temple's been sealed up for years. They must have tunneled in after the food stores. Shouldn't be anything worse than some vermin, though. If you say so. Still, best to take care.
Good day, stranger.
Okay. So, he said something about a key. I didn't get any sort of key. But I want to finish exploring this room, so... see if I could do that battle now. There we go. Better formation. Like that better. Okay, now if I remember right, this is the tough fight. So let's introduce... let's get him to cast a spell first.
Lavaru beyond seek.
Let's back him off. Okay, so let's get him to use that on him. Try and crowd control via knockdown.
Hey.
They kind of stuck in the doorway, which is good. I can't reach the back of them, but that's good. That means they can't reach me either. So.
Yes?
Okay, they've gotten through. So let's knock him down.
Hey. Hey.
Okay, so that's one of them down.
Not to alarm you.
One more to go.
I feel off.
There. That was much easier with 3 rather than 2. Just a bunch of ears. Alright, let's kind of skulk into the room, see if anything is flagged. A haze fills the air, coalescing steadily into a blur of dust and mist. It gathers into the outline of what appears to be a dwarf, a shimmering echo that fades in and out of sight. But stronger than sight is the sense, within you, of a powerful energy. It roils and seethes with a grief that seems to spill into your own thoughts, tainting them until the sorrow is your own. Like a crashing wave, the energy surges towards you and into you, and suddenly you are elsewhere before you is a brightly lit stone corridor lined with torches and gleaming crystals. You're running, your footsteps echoing off the stone around you. You forgot to tie your sandals and they're slipping from your feet, fouling your steps. You're late. Again. The rite's going to begin without you. You hear the tolling of a bell, and your spirits lift as you recognize the familiar warped tone of the right hand, representing the first of the dawn stars to appear in the night sky, and last to fade in the dawn light. So that means the right bell's probably going to be the first and last bell I ring. And I know the large bell is the second one based on a scrap of paper. You pray fiercely that this is the first of the chimes and not the last. The light fades, as does the memory, and when your eyes clear, the spirit is gone. Some amethyst and... Okay.
I shall be discreet.
Make sure there's no hidden things around here. Okay, it doesn't seem so. So I know the right bell, based on that, has to be the first and the last. And the large bell is second. Now there's a left bell, but I haven't found any tips for that. So let me... They said something about a key in the sanitarium, or near the books. Okay, the books are in here, so let me do a...
Nice and quiet.
more careful sneak search. Okay, I don't see anything, so let's go into this room. It might be this room they were talking about. This is where I found one of the clues, I believe, was in there.
Shh.
Well, let's go take a look at the bell. I've cleared this floor out pretty much. Okay. Three bells hang from the stone protrusion that runs along the wall. Years of dust and grime coat the metal. There's one large bell at the center, flanked by two smaller ones. So we know the right one gets rung first. The middle is second. And then the right one is last. But that would mean the left bell doesn't get rung. So let's just try it. Okay, so you have to ring more than 3 bells. Let's make sure that didn't do anything. No, it did not. Okay, so you have to ring at least 4 bells. So, right, middle. Let's try the left, I guess. Since nothing made us ring that. No hints anyways so far. And let's end it with the right smaller bell. There's a quiet melodic chime from all 3 bells before their discordant voices meet in one powerful rise and rush of sound. It seems to fill the whole of the temple, a driving flood of song that drowns all other thought. As the tolling fades, you hear a creak from the direction of the doors as the passage to lower levels swings open. Okay, cool. So let's continue on with this quest. Search the temple, find the remains of the Athosian priests.
Keeping an eye out. Now, it's strange looking back. All the time I spent here growing up. Never seeing what was coming.
Oh, that's right. I forgot I can talk
Aye?
to him. Let me see if they have anything new to say. He doesn't.
Hey,
I hope that old watcher's still there. Been years since I heard anything about him. I was wondering about Aethys.
it makes two of us.
What is there to know about Aethys?
If you're looking to find religion, maybe you want to start with a god that hasn't been burned to dust, but I won't stop you. Aethys, he was a young man with a silver crown. Carried a candle around with him. Sounds like I'm giving a bad eulogy here.
He was a lot of different things to different people, I guess. Rebirth, redemption, light. Out in the country, he's Guan, the farmer, who helps all things pass, seasons and people both. He watches over the weak, does Guan. Sees imbalance made right. You could see why all the copperless rowdies around here might take a liking to someone like that. He was real popular here for a time. These days, you won't find too many worshiping Aethys in the open. It's hard to know who still does it in private and who's given up. Feels like I'm the last one sometimes. He smirks. If that's the case, he'll deserve all the mourning. Do you still worship Aethys?
In my way. I don't suppose he expects me to show up at his temple these days. Not much left to do for him other than keep his memory alive and keep hoping that he's just been playing a joke on all of us these past 15 years.
As far as I know, he hasn't said anything to anybody since the Godhammer detonated. Why worship him then? He grimaces. Well, if it turns out he's not dead and I gave up on him, I'd have betrayed my god twice. Even the god of redemption's gotta have standards. I'd probably be reborn as a fat Alma's horse. That's not really it, though. Not all of it, anyways. He casts a sidelong glance. Guess it's more I still believe in the things he believed in. I just hope his death doesn't mean the death of all those things as well. Sometimes it looks that way.
Raised that way. My family's been Aethasian going way back. Suppose it wasn't much of a choice at first. Don't know for sure why my family started worshipping him. Probably because of Gon looking after folks like us.
Gon, that's how you pronounce it. He looks you in the eye conspiratorial. Could just as well be that my ancestor did something so bad only Aethys could forgive. It'd explain a lot about where I got some of my less respectable traits.
There was something I genuinely liked about Aethys. Always. Like he understood people better than the other gods. Knew all our flaws and weaknesses and accepted us for that. Folks are at their worst when they're afraid. A god like Aethys, he made you realize there was nothing to fear. Made you a better person. Of course, he goes away for a few years, and look what happens. Was his actions. Not when he started his rebellion, and not even when he took over Rhaed Saris. It was when he sent his armies into Dyrwood.
Up to that point, he was sticking up for his people. That's what Aethys does. At least the Gon part of him. Those farmers were starving, and the government didn't lift a finger. I figured if it wasn't for Aethys himself, at least he had the right idea. But then he sent armies across the border, even crossed it himself in the end. Word was he was chasing refugees that escaped the rebellion, wanted to punish them, punish us for allowing them to live here. That just didn't fit for me. Those are the deeds of a vengeful god, Skane, or Wodika, maybe. Wodika, maybe. Or just a man who lost his sense. I still have trouble believing it, but there's no one left to ask if true.
You sure you don't want to talk about something more pleasant? Like the War of Black Trees or the Legacy or something?
It's eye-opening seeing just how naked you are when you've got no god to protect you. The Saints' War was a hard time to be a Dyrwoodan. People thought it was the end times. They talked big about how we were going to defeat a god. But I don't think there was a man from here to the White March didn't think he was going to die. It does something to you thinking you're going to die at someone else's hands. There's a rage that comes. Indignation. Imagine a whole country full of that. Might have been Coldmore that started it. Town near the border. They let Waidwen march right on through. Rest of Deerwood cursed their names till the end of the war. Some say it was the Eothasians there that persuaded the town not to oppose the army. Others said it was just cowardice. It was like the legacy that way. No one knew the real reason, so they just picked whichever one best suited what they wanted to believe. Either way, that town was burning before the first ashes of Aethys hit the ground, and it felt good to the people here to be in control after being so helpless. So the fire spread. A lot of us Eothasians went the way of our god. There were claims from the Church of Magran that she'd actually commanded the purges. I found that hard to believe. Sounded to me like people doing what they wanted, wrapping their god around it like she was a cloak. Then again, that's what I thought about Waidwen.
What's on your mind?
Just some things about the past, about the war. I'd been thinking I missed my chance to find out what I wanted to know. That old watch, though, he opens up some new possibilities. What did you do before this?
Oh, other than the war, I never strayed too far from where you found me. Farming, mostly. I was never much for cities. Never learned a trade. In my younger days, I thought I was going to go preach the word of Aethys. Just in our temple there. My parents encouraged it. I made so much trouble for them growing up. They used to say it'd be best if I got in good with the God of Redemption. Of course, us blowing him up probably didn't help my chances there. But if anybody'd forgive you for blowing him up, it'd be Aethys. They did. It was strange timing, because we just won the war. They celebrated when I came home. There was music and dancing. Trumbull used half his grain making this big honey cake. I still dream about that cake. Like having the best lover of your life, but only for one night. And they were all sorry to hear about my brother. It took a while for word of the purges to reach us. Eothasians being murdered in the streets. Coldmore and the like. No way would they let something like that happen in Gilded Vale. That's what they all said. But the weeks went by and the purges spread. Pretty soon they weren't so sure my brother fought for Deerwood. And they weren't so sure I did. Caught me by surprise after all the celebrating. Should have seen it coming after the tailor said he was gonna fit me for some new clothes, but then all he wanted was my neck measurement. Nah, not that last part. But you had to think about it. Says a lot about the place I've been calling home all these years. I'm sure my parents are still wondering the same thing. The Eothasian purges were like this madness had come over the town, like a disease. Seems like when you see something like that, your instinct is to wait for it to pass, even when you know it probably won't. The family whose farm I worked on, they had a little Hollowborn girl. And they heard the Animancers had this cure, the Salvation it was called. They went running. This Salvation, they were putting animal souls in children. You might have heard about it. Giving them enough personality to care for themselves. Well, you can guess how that turned out. Matter of time, the children broke down. Became wild things. Monsters. Anyway, these farmers put the family dog's soul in their little girl. For a while, the girl, she's making eye contact, she's feeding herself, albeit in a kinda messy way. Then one day she snaps. They found her gnawing on her brother's bones. Had to chain her up, put her in a cow pen. Well, the mother, she wouldn't have anything to do with the girl after that. But the father, he'd visit every day. Feed her chickens, toss water on her once in a while to get the dirt off. Most of the village, they'd whisper about him. Poor man, they'd say. Sick with grief. He was just waiting for his daughter to look up one day and recognize her papa. He was waiting for her to get better. Didn't understand that at the time, of course, but these days I think about him a lot.
Just my parents now. They took a ship back to Adair when the purges started. Wanted me to go with them, but I didn't see things like they did. Been a long time since I've seen them. I really should visit, but for some reason I haven't much felt like leaving home. Good thing they chased me out, or I might have never left.
What's on your mind?
Alright. So, conversation with the new player character, or the new recruit, has been done. Let's let's
Right.
continue on. Oh,
Sure.
okay.
Aye? Aye?
Yeah.
Hey.
Okay, that went fine.
Keeping quiet.
So I got 2 doors. That's kind of into the central chamber, so let's go in this door.
How may I help?
There we go. Now at least all my guys can't get him. Door was kind of protecting him. Okay, let's check for traps. There we go.
Found something.
Fie! You're worse than Aloth!
Trap disarmed. Doesn't look like there's any secrets.
Indeed. I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Oh, that's a 2-handed. I've got... let's just take it for now. I'm not sure if I want to use that, though. Oh, that could be handy. Okay, so we'll give the scroll to the caster. That goes to that. The ring we'll give to him, because he's just using a cape that doesn't really... Okay, he's got 2 traps and 2 spells. Actually, he wasn't using a ring at all. I forgot rings are a separate slot. Let's give that to him.
Huh?
Okay.
Sure. Sure.
Gotta back up a little. This guy can't get over there to attack.
Yeah.
Okay, just everybody back up for a second. There we go. Doesn't look like any loot from him, so let's head in
Right.
here. So I guess we'll just kind of work our way around, and then we'll go in the center chamber.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, that's a lot. Hold on. Okay, so let's do one for him. He will attack this one, and he will knock down this one.
Yes?
Lavaru, be on.
Oh, dang it, he got in the way. Get in here. Let's see. Out of spells on him, but he can use his book.
Yes.
Let's use another book attack there. Let's use another knockdown there to get him. Let's heal this guy up a little. Okay.
Aye?
Let's tear it out.
Alright. Much easier with 3. Okay, let's trap detected, of course.
Keeping quiet.
Let's make sure there's no other
Right.
hidden stuff. Doesn't look that way. Let's get our loot. Spirit residue. Oh, come on. It didn't show that there was a trap. Dang it. Yeah, I know. So, he's not
Damn it.
completely dead.
We gotta take better care of Aloth.
Yes?
Okay, well, let's use a campfire. I was planning on using one anyways. Yeah, damage reduction is fine. I kind of walked right into that. I guess I was too far away from the radius of the sneaking to detect the trap. That was my bad. I'll be more careful in the future. Heavy armor, Brigandine. So let's just give it to him for now. Let's see if that's an upgrade. No. I don't want him using heavy armor. Let's see. Damage reduction 7, recovery speed minus 35%. Pierce proof, second chance. What's that mean, pierce proof? Oh, second chance on unconscious, okay. Yeah, we'll leave that, so we're just gonna stash that. And let's see if this
Aye?
guy can undo the trap.
The work of a moment.
Yeah.
Okay. Oh. Phantom Spirit, okay. So, let's go ahead and Magic Missile. And he will Use that, and he will knock down, and we'll obliterate this guy.
Aye? Aye?
Knockdown's pretty OP, it seems. Okay, so let us look at this cloak of will. Will defense opposes attacks that are mental based. Base. Let's look at him. Okay, we'll put it on him. He doesn't have a cape that does anything, actually. Okay, so we're clear for this room. Let's avoid this round chamber with what looks like an eagle or head or something like that. Some sort of bird of prey head. Okay.
Yeah. Shh.
Lava will be on sea.
Huh?
Okay, get my loot. More spirit residue. Save our game. We've been making some decent progress on this floor. And let's see. So, that's the door that leads back.
Sure.
That I didn't open. Okay, so looks like we got a hallway and then a left turns. Let's go down this hallway.
I'll see
Sure,
what I
there's
can
no
find.
traps or sconces that can be turned and twisted. Okay, so let's have him go attack him, knock down. Him go attack him. And he will help focus down this one.
Hey,
And he will help focus down that one now.
Lava will be on sea.
Okay, so I have him attack. Okay, let's have them focus down the Phantom now. Dang. Taking some damage there. Knock down this guy.
It's bad.
And now I should still win.
La Faru, be on seek!
Oh, I definitely want to do that.
How may I help?
Hey.
Alright, get up.
Yeah.
That was a tough fight, but we did it. Endurance regening.
I'll see what I can find.
Right.
Make sure there's no traps or secrets or what have you. Aha! I knew it.
That's unusual.
Any trap? Bloodstone, amethyst, agate, copper pot, copper panned. Okay. Okay. So let's go out, back out to this hallway. There's no door along here. I didn't see a door anyway, so let's go out,
Sure.
out to this hallway. I kind of think it's cool that you don't earn experience for fighting. It means you don't have to grind. You get your experience from questing and all that other stuff. They basically eliminated the grind that was in the old gold box AD&D games. I can't remember if Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale had experience on combat. I think they did, so you can grind up levels that way.
Laying low.
Let's go in this door here. Well, wait. This was the room I wanted to... It looks special because it has this little archway here, so I kind of want to wait on that one. Check the doors for traps. I don't know if doors can have traps, but... So, let's see. Let me make sure I understand this. Difficulty's 5. It requires lockpick 3 and mechanics 4. I'm not sure I understand this window. 4, 5, 6. Oh, okay, so if I have a mechanics skill of 4, it requires 3 lockpicks. If I have a mechanics skill of 5, it requires 1 lockpick. 6 mechanics, I could just open it free and clear. Okay.
Aye?
Let's hold off on that door.
Yeah.
Go down. Stairs. And water. Don't think I can go into the water? No, I cannot. So let's go take a look at this room here. I'm sure there's going to be some ghosts or something.
Nice and slow.
They're all shadow spirits. They weren't too tough. It was the phantasm guy that was tough.
Yes?
Yes. This guy needs to get the hell out of Dodge. And he's trapped.
Right.
Well, if you're trapped, you might as well attack until you get knocked down. I need to be more careful about my surroundings and putting my guys in a bad area.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Keeping an eye out.
Okay, that should make the water passable. I want to see what's in this room, kinda. I've got plenty of lockpicks. I've got like 8 lockpicks, and it only takes 3. The problem is, if there's a tough enemy behind the locked door, then the game is trying to keep you safe by locking the door. Let's see what's behind door number 1. I
I'll
think.
have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Let's go.
Keeping an eye out.
Oh, my guy is low health. I'm probably gonna have to camp. This place is pretty tough, even with 3. Hello, kitty. Hello. Hello, Kira kitty. Good Kira kitty. Now be quiet.
Aye? Lava Rubio on sea.
Take worth and rough. Take worth and rough. Take worth and rough.
Come on. I was trying to get the spell off. The interrupt is so... I probably deserved that. I shouldn't have done that.
Huh?
Frostbite.
That's it.
Of course. You're not getting through me.
Yeah.
The still dark waters are reflective as black
Nice and
glass.
slow.
See if there's anything sneaky going on, hiding. So we can go up the stairs here. Let's see what's up here.
I'll see what I can find.
Oh, skull for a whelp.
Yes?
Let's go.
Let's knock him down. And you focus on the whelp.
Hey,
Stop circling.
not very helpful.
Why are they circling? It's like Ring Around the Friggin' Rosie.
hey.
Lavaru beyond seek!
Yeah.
Lava. Beyond seek.
Well, the Skulder King's pretty tough.
Hey.
It's almost dead. What? Oh, my guy got knocked down, I guess.
How may I help?
Or Skuldeers.
Keeping an eye out.
Doesn't
How may I
appear to be
help?
trapped. Let's save first, though, because I may just not have enough mechanic skill to detect it.
Yes?
Pilgrim's Last Vigil of Resolve of Perception. Okay.
Yeah.
So this looks like stairs up, and I came from up, so maybe a hidden staircase of some sort. So I want to stay on this level for now. Let's see. Let's
Yeah.
take a look at that helmet. Oh, my helmet doesn't even have any abilities or anything. He doesn't have a helmet. Even though there's no stats or anything, we'll give it to him.
Sure. Sure.
Okay. So let's go down here and continue exploring the temple.
Nice and quiet.
There's something funky going on in that room. There's hidden object.
You should see this.
Make sure there's no traps.
I'll have it in no time. The work of a moment.
Ooh. Gone share. A flail. Pry bar. Opening containers. Scroll of Tanglefoot we give to him. Another potion of Spirit Shield. Turquoise and Compound. Silver Fenning. And Adra. Okay, so let's take a look here. My guy is a paladin, so I kind of would prefer using paladin weapons. 15 to 22 slash damage, 12 to 17 crush damage. Convert properties, convert graze, hit, fine, draining. %20 of damage restored his endurance. Heck yeah, I'm gonna use that on him. What did I just... Where did it just go? Oh. Okay, let's put that in the stash. That heals endurance. I need to remember that. This one is damage reduction and concentration. So let's see if this is an upgrade. No, it's the same as what he's using. Kind of don't want to use a bow on the fighter. I'll use a bow if I get a ranger or something like that, but not on a fighter. So let's see. He's got a new awesome weapon. So we should be good to go. I am paranoid about touching whatever that is. It doesn't show as trapped, but it doesn't look healthy either. Lost Spirit. The light rises from the bones as you approach. You have a moment to register the faintest image of a standard figure. Features a blur, a mist or smoke before the world tilts. It is as if you have stepped sideways into a new life. You are racing down a flight of stairs, following a weaving circle of torchlight. Your own panting breaths are loud in your ears. Panic and your robes alike foul your steps, and you nearly stumble before a hand reaches out to grip your arm and steady you, a fellow alkalite who smiles encouragement as you reach the bottom. You run around and past the shallow reflection pool that marks the lowest point of the temple. Following the dark shapes of the older priests as they lead the way towards the narrow hall that leads to the vault. You pass one of the torchbearers as you go. The harsh illumination of the flames reveals a familiar face. For a moment, your awareness spans time and identity, and you think Wharton has joined you, here at the bottom of the temple. In the memory, he glances at you for a moment and then looks past as someone else. "I'll come back once they're gone," he's saying. You're being pressed along by the crowd, and his words are growing faint. "Just keep quiet, we can't take any chances." Inside the vault, golden relics gleam like welcoming stars. The memory twists, jarring you loose from one moment and plunging you into another like a flung doll. There is only darkness around you now. You think yourself blinded until the knowledge settles onto you like a cloak. The candles have all burnt away. You know now, too, with a sick certainty, that nobody is coming. There is a cracking noise somewhere to your left. A wet slurping gurgles and a ragged sob. You cannot see, and so you cannot know which brother or sister has fallen, and which digs after what water a body may provide. You hear in the faint murmuring to your right the familiar cadence of prayer, but you no longer recognize the words. You are too tired to do harm. The thirst is like fire within you. Your tongue is thick in your throat, and every breath is a struggle that leeches strength from you. There is a light, they said, at the end of every bout of darkness, but this one does not end. The spirit releases you, and you come back to yourself in pieces, your vision clear, and the vault around you is revealed once more, cast in muted hues by the sickly illumination of the soul still drifting like fading fog. Fear wafts off the spirit in waves, fraying at your own emotions. Let's see, I'm rational and I'm stoic. So, let's say nothing. Keep with my personality on my character. The spirit seems to withdraw into itself. You sense less of its fear and confusion as it recedes, but the soul lingers still. No matter how many times I see you staring off at nothing, it doesn't get less weird. Let's gather the remains. You spend a few moments gathering up what you can find of the bones of the priests. It proves a heavy and gruesome burden, but you manage to recover them all. Return to Wurton.
Yeah.
I'll see what I can find.
So Wurton sounds like he was either part of the cult or religious people and betrayed them or something. Now, I guess I should go down the stairs and check out what's over here before I go up.
Lava will be on seek.
Oh yeah, I like that flail. That's cool.
Laying low.
Gleaming silver key. Just maybe I didn't have to use my lock pickings on that. Oh well. I don't know if that key opens the door I already lockpicked open or what. Doesn't really matter. I know I save my game a lot. I'm just anal retentive about that, I guess.
Curses!
Hey.
I'm dead, I think. Don't have any spells left. He's in a world of hurt. Let me try using that.
Let's go.
Why are they suddenly focusing on him? Yeah, let me reload my game and rest first. I think I could do this battle. Just have to prepare better. Some of these fights, with the amount of numbers they throw at you, can be brutal. Okay, so
Yeah.
I have my spells. Let's go ahead and put everybody in stealth.
I'll see what I can find.
Sure.
How may I help?
Lava will be on seek.
Let's try and focus them down one at a time. But see, the spirits can teleport around, so that's not necessarily a foolproof tactic.
How may I help?
Aztec worth and wrath.
They keep surrounding my caster and interrupting his spellcast and slaughtering him. Okay, he's knocked down. Get him. Knockdown doesn't last very long.
Let's go.
I mean, I've killed countless of these shadows, and they shouldn't be this difficult. I know initially it was difficult, this fight, because there was like 5 of them. But the important thing is it's done.
Shh.
Running low on campfire, though. See if there's any traps or hidden objects. I don't see any. Some more lockpicks. This letter's fairly intact, though the parchment itself has been crumpled. Jester, I know that the temple baths boast great healing properties, and that your back ails you still. Still, I would ask that if you were to indulge for the greater part of the day, you give over your key to the sanctum to someone else for safekeeping. This is not the first time we have been forced to wait to perform the day's rites, and Rectrix Obrica is often too far below to hear our knocking. Okay. Oh, I didn't mean to hit that. I meant to hit tab. Okay, so does it look like I'm done in this area? Yes. So let's go head to the stairs. Make sure there's no doors I missed. I don't see any. I think we're done with this place. Let's look at the quest. Return to Wurton. Let's see where these stairs lead, because I didn't find stairs down on the top floor. Well, I found stairs down, but it was the ones I went down. Okay. So it looks like this is an extra secret hidey hole room. As you step over the circle of candles, you hear a rattling clunk from the wall nearby. A door slides open with a grinding rasp of stone.
Steady does it.
Okay, got it. Let's check for traps. Check for sconces that can be turned. For secret hideaway loot caves. Okay, it doesn't look like anything much, so the candles flicker gently as you approach. There is a gap above the altar lined with broken glass, where a mirror may once have been set into the wall.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god. Redemption. And they got this whole right for when you come of age. They take you by the hand and you descend through the temple with your eyes covered, and that's supposed to be like a wicked life. They don't tell you where you're going. I was sweating like crazy when I did mine. They take you to that reflecting pool back there, and you're allowed to look at it so you can face your sins. Then, you come out into this room and you uncover your eyes again, and everyone's there to greet you, all your friends and family. It's like you've been redeemed. You light your candle, and it burns with the others. Never had a feeling better than that my whole life.
Eder's eyes linger on the candles, and he seems for a moment to be a younger man.
The candles are still burning. Not bad for a dead god.
Do I really want to snuff a candle? Let's just see what happens.
They made him strong enough to survive time, but not thoughtlessness, looks like.
I probably shouldn't have done that. That was callous of me. That was thoughtless. Oh well.
It was nice to see those candles still burning. I figured they'd have gone out by now.
Nice and slow.
Okay, so I've been all through here, so it's safe to go to the entryway where Wurton is and confront him. swig of water, save my game. And talk to this traitor.
Hello.
Wharton smiles nervously as you approach. Think I've sorted out the worst of it. Arm's hurting a little less. He hesitates. You were down there a while. Did you find anything? His eyes dart constantly about the ruins. You can never trust somebody whose eyes dart around and they're all shifty. Okay, so I am stoic. So stoic and rational. So I can hand over the bundle of remains. But, you know, this guy should be called to account for what he did. Something you're nervous about? No, of course not. Just never good to linger around these places, that's all. Wharton gives you a searching look. Did you find anything? Let's just go with honesty. What? Wharton grins uncertainly. I was clear about everything. The risk involved, is that what you mean? I did say there'd be spiders, and I'll pay you, of course, for the trouble. Let's go with Resolve 14. Wharton opens his mouth to protest, but something in your expression stops him. He swallows nervously and looks away. His voice, when he speaks, is small. How did you... We're not going to do aggressive. My character is not aggressive. He is rational and stoic. I'm also not going to be passionate. That flies in the face of stoic. So let's do the place is full of shadows, spirits of those you killed. That's not... He eyes you fearfully. I didn't kill them. Right up until the end, You don't understand. I tried to help them. I did. Every day. Every single day. I went to that temple and I warned them. I told them that they were playing with fire and Raedric wouldn't be patient forever. And every time they'd shrug it off, like I didn't know what I was talking about. Like it wasn't costing me coming in to try and help them. I could have been arrested right alongside them. What happened? Raedric sent word he was going to have them arrested. Drag them out. Lock them up. They wouldn't listen. The Rectrix said they'd be reborn if anything should happen, and she wasn't afraid. I convinced them to hide, at least. They have that vault full of old relics, gold and such. I thought they could hide in there, and once the guards left, they'd have something to sell for passage out of the Dyrwood, back to Aedir. But when I told the men that their priest had already gone, they ordered the temple sealed. I couldn't get in again. Wharton shakes his head. There was nothing I could do. Aedir's eyes are wide, disbelieving. Nothing you could do but tell someone, get the town together, organize a rescue. I'd have dug them out with my own hands if I'd known. They were some of the last decent folk left in this hole. Now all we got left is people like you. Okay, passionate, I'm not cruel. Why did you send me down there? You could have spoken up, told Roderick the truth. Let's find out why he sent me down there. Because if Lord Raedric means to have the temple cleared, they would have found the bones eventually. They'd know I'd lied to them when I said the priest left. And I'd hang. Wharton's shoulders sag. I don't know if Raedric would have killed them. Maybe they'd be languishing in cells now. Maybe they'd be off somewhere in the Empire and I'd have a night's peace. I told you the way of it, Wharton says, his voice rough. I told you what happened. Guess it's your turn now to make a decision. Okay. Let's see. Aggressive option, benevolent option, minor negative, rep attack option, stoic. I am stoic. Let's do that. You, what? Wharton looks stunned briefly before he shakes himself into action. Of course, here. Wharton takes a coin purse from his belt and shoves it at you, as promised. Gained 200 copper, lost dead priest bones. Could try and get a little more copper out of him. I am I believe a gilded knight. So I am all about gold. Let's do it. Wharton shoots you a resentful look, but he searches what pockets he has and hands you another lighter purse. That's all I have. Please don't tell anyone. I'll bury them, like I said. He takes up the gristly bundle of remains before taking off at a run. Gained 50 copper.
Huh?
Quest completed. Let's get out of here. See the light of day again. So, we've explored the town. I've got quests to go to a bunch of places. Caed Nua being one of them. Magran's Fork, I believe, as well. But I want to go back to that bear cave. There's something up there. But first, we rest. And drink. Oh, not drink. But we will rest. I want to get my spells back. Because that bear cave is kind of... The bear slaughtered me when I walked in solo. Oh, no. Over here. Talk to her.
Welcome.
Haven't messed with any of the crafting yet. I can make some food. Make a potion. So basically it looks like crafting's for food and potions. At least so far. Yep, let's go to Valewood. I want to see what's in that bear cave. Well, I know what's in there because I walked in there, but now that I'm 3 and I've leveled up since then, maybe I'll have an easier time of things. Maybe not. Don't have a stronghold yet. Alright, let's go ahead and save our game. So let's see. Let's start casting spells. He can do a knockdown. And he could do his Flames of Devotion.
May I help?
Lava Ruby.
Let's do another spell.
How may I help?
Oh yeah, much easier with 3 people and an additional level. He might knock down my guy though. Oh, whew. That was closer than I would have liked. Bear hide.
I'll see what I can find.
Do a little sneaky check for traps. Or anything hidden.
You might find this interesting.
Another scroll of Tanglefoot, some more lockpicks and money. Great sword. I don't have a character that uses two hands yet. Alright, let's talk to this guy. A figure drifts suspended in the musty air of the cavern. Its form and features blur and twist and cascade in ripples of incandescence. You feel its energy eddying about your limbs, filling them with a heavy chill. Let's reach out. You reach out a hand for the spirit. In the moment of contact, you feel as if you've been struck a blow, head reeling as you tumble helplessly into waiting darkness. Light blooms at the edges of your vision. You feel the sun at your back and the weight of a bow in your hand. You know suddenly that you have come a long way from the vale, hunting deer. Now you are standing before a cavern, and the darkness extends far into its depths. Even so, your friend strides out before you, his red cloak flapping at his heels. You follow, heart hammering in your chests, as he leads you deeper into the cavern. There's a roar like thunder echoing around you. Fear seizes you, casts you stumbling back towards the exit, towards light and escape. You see a glint of steel, and there's a sudden, terrible flash of agony behind your knee. You scream, stumble, fall. Your thoughts are chaos, lanced through with pain. But in a moment of terrible clarity, you can see your friend look back from the mouth of the cavern, his dagger daubed in crimson to match his cloak. So he was betrayed, probably by the guy Nantan that told me about this bear cave, and how he lost a friend. And then there's a great dark shape above you, and then there's more pain. The vision recedes, and you're thrown back into yourself with seemingly resentful force. The corpse lies at your feet, and the specter lingers. In the span of energy between you both, you feel a sense of questioning, of confusion, of anger. I met him on the road, your friend. Sudden lashing anger emanates from the spirit. Rage and grief seem to pour from the gleaming figure like smoke. I'm not necessarily benevolent. I'm rational and stoic. You're dead, spirit. There's nothing for you here. The spirit roils with thwarted anger and grief. Sorrow seems to seep into the very air of the cavern. The spirit dims and fades until you are alone once more. Confront Nantan.
Right.
Nice and quiet.
So let's go confront Nantan, who I believe, if memory serves, is now in the village.
You must gather your party before venturing forth.
See, I first met him over here, but now he's in that house with that lady. The lady's name starts with an I. I don't remember her actual name. It's like Egwin or something like that. Ingroid. I think that's them anyways. Betrayed their friend. Now, did they betray him because they all walked into the bear cave and realized the only way out was to sacrifice one of them and they sacrificed their friend? Or did they just maliciously lure him there to kill him, essentially?
Well met, friend.
I know what really happened in the bear cave, Nantan. The color drains from Nantan's face. I don't know what you mean. I told you the truth of it. I swear. Are you accusing him of something? Ingrid looks to Nantan, touching his arm. If this is about the accident, we're both grieving Pearlie's loss, but it was a wild animal's doing. Nantan shakes his head minutely. You see a tremble in his hands. What would make you suggest such a thing? I had a vision in the cave. I saw Pearlie's last moments as he lived them. I saw you cut him with a knife. Stop. I have no patience for cowards and liars. Why did you do it? He was your friend. Let's use number one. I like that the best, and I'm not married to the passionate and diplomatic response. That's not possible. Nantan stares at you. How could you possibly know? His hand falls to his sword belt. I left no sign. Nantan, wait. Ingrid raised a hand. I don't know what you saw in that cave, but this isn't what you think. Pearlie, my husband, he was as much a beast as that bear. I tried to leave the first time I suffered his temper, but he wouldn't have it. She looks away, expression pain. Nantan, we met and I knew I'd found someone special, someone kind, who cared for me. Please, all you want is to leave this place, to start somewhere else. She looks down at the satchels. We've some coins saved up. You could have it if you'd only let us go. Honest, aggressive, benevolent. Killing them's not gonna bring their friend back. And who made me the police of the world? I could use the coin, because I am a golden paladin, which, you know, basically a paladin for hire. I'm all about the coin. But I'm also disgusted with these people. So, do I really want their blood money? Nah, let's just tell them to get out of here. Ingrid breathes out shakily. Yes, we will. Thank you. Thank you for your compassion. Let's go, Nantan. We've a long way ahead of us. Hey, and I get to level up again. Okay. So, let's see. The character I made has been focusing on athletics and lore. Let's add a little survival to the mix. And additional stealth. I'll leave stealth to somebody else. Let's go another point in athletics and survival. That looks good. Talents. Now, I kind of like... the last talent I chose on Level Up was to enhance my Flames of Devotion ability. This would also enhance my Flames of Devotion. Augments the power, increasing its damage. I could use that, though, too, because it seems like my guy takes a lot of damage real easy. Let's go ahead and do the Flames of Devotion. Or Intense Flames, I mean. So now my Flames of Devotion should be quite a bit better.
Huh?
Okay, so let's look at my quests to see where I have to go for these quests. Let's kind of go down here. And while they're traveling... Let's see, I need to go to Caed Nua. It looks like Fragments of a Scattered Faith is also in Caed Nua because he needs to talk to Merwald, who I guess is the name of the Watcher. Yeah, Merwald. Okay, so that's 2 for Caed Nua. Travel to Ansalog's Compass and speak the Mother Ranga. Travel to Black Meadow. Okay, so Black Meadow, Ansalog's Compass, and 2 for Caed Nua. And I finished the bear cave, so I could delete this. Can I delete this? Can you not delete notes? That's disappointing. No, I guess I'll just mark it done. I don't see an X button anywhere to allow me to delete it, so I guess, okay, so let's look at the map. So this is Magnaran's Fork. Agnon's Compass, I don't see where that is so far. Caer Noa is here. Either way, I have to go through Magnaran's Fork, I believe. But I don't see that place that one quest wants me to go. I don't see Black Marsh either. So I guess I'll just head through that one area. Hopefully I get some more campfire soon. See, I can't travel directly to Caer Noa or any of these other places. I have to go basically follow the line. Let's go to Magnaran's Fork. Good game so far. I've been enjoying this. It's been a long time since I played Baldur's Gate or Icewind Dale. This has the same vibes. Wolfie.
Yeah.
Bye, doggy.
Sure.
Gonna just kind of section off. Oh, let's check out the left here. Oh, a lot of those Adra reflection warps and twists in the live gleaming Adra. A corpse. Fine poleaxe, two-handed. Young boar. A lot of young boars.
That's it!
Let's go.
So you don't get experience for battle, but you get experience for things like bestiary progress. And that in turn allows me to level up my caster. Let's level up his stealth some. I want him to be able to stealth along with the mechanics. So that way I want him to be able to stealth close and use his spells and then get out back to the group without aggro and everything under the sun. But maybe I should... Let's just do one more in mechanics and I'll slowly do stealth. Let's see. So spells. I could select one level 2 spell. Confuse might be pretty good. Oh, I can learn level 1 spells too. That might not be too bad because it's melee range. Oh, 2-meter jump. I'd rather learn a level 2 spell, I think, though. Binding Web could be good. That would give my melee guys the time to close. Let's go with Binding Web. I like that. That modifies his melee attack, a bonus first level spell. That could be handy. Let's go with that. So, Binding Web, and bonus first level spell. Done. Kind of go northeast and split this in half. Location discovered, Shrine of Magrin.
Saw you in the flames.
Okay, let's save and talk to this guy, see what he has to say. Squatting at the base of the statue is an incredibly ugly man with bulging red cheeks raked by pox scars and a scraggly beard. Nothing wrong with a scraggly beard. He is sweating as if he has a fever, but his breathing is measured and steady, like a slow push of a blacksmith's bellows. But that comparison feels strange and unwelcome. The next comparison, possibly sparked by his grin, is that of a bear trap. And then out of nowhere there is a hint of alchemical fire that fades almost as soon as you identify the smell.
Come to pray at the statue?
The question mark is barely there. As the man makes the statement, the statue takes on a reddish cast, as if holding a torch to it, that slowly blossoms into waving flames. The man doesn't turn as the statue blossoms into fire.
The others are welcome, but it's best if just you and I trade words, and your shadows stay quiet. Hands off their weapons, both arcane and steel. It's only you I want to trade words with anyway. I swear before the whore that is Margaret, no harm will come to you in her shadow. If that's enough of a promise for you. If not...
Strange choice of companies. Stone seems cold. Comfort, examine. Statue, study the man. Focus your gaze on the I didn't catch your name or why you want to speak with me. Let's go with that.
I didn't give it. You probably find names as useless as I do. The names that litter this world like debris are hard enough to wrap around the tongue. And what do they matter? It's what's beneath the skin and the letters I care about. What burns within. It's more important to me you're a watcher than whatever culture or accent decorates your letters like awkward crowns. Take pride in your actions, not where you hail from. Or how your name rolls off whatever liar's tongue coats it now. If you need a title to hang on me to match your own, Watcher, then call me Durance. And as you observe souls, I test them.
How did he know I was a watcher? Durance shakes his head and his hand curls tightly on his staff. I could see the questions bubbling up. Let's burn them away one by one.
I am a missionary. I walk this diseased nation with its heathen, its people so careless with the spirits of others and their own. Watchers among them. Yes, I know you for what you are, and your name doesn't interest me. Names are for honest folk, and you are a crack that shines light from another place. We're meant to travel together, you and I. Saw you in the flames. Not your face, but that soul of yours. All tightened up, like a huntsman's knot.
You saw my soul in the flames?
There's things we can teach each other. If you're in need of answers to your mantle of questions. I don't force my words on anyone other than you. I don't care who walks with you or what their muling problems and politics are. There's enough howling in the world without me stoking that fire. I won't take from your provisions, don't need much on the road. I can carry my weight, which is considerable.
Sounds like I might get a new party member.
Many will stand against you. They probably already have, from what I can see. Left their marks, it seems. Like a trail, worming its way behind you. Disease? Spirit wind? Both could have touched you, yet here you stand. As for disease, not all of us were close to water when the pox hit. But it's no longer a passenger in my flesh. It left its marks as well. But like flames, the pox doesn't strike twice, nor is it catching. Her? Don't fear her jealousy. Let us see what the road holds, Watcher.
Spend time traveling with Durance. So now that I got 4 people, let's go back to this. I can level up 2 of my characters, but first let's see what this guy has to... So he's a priest, okay. That should come in handy. Looks like he's a damaging priest, though. Oh, that increases damage reduction. Decreases the enemy's defenses. Increases the accuracy and damage of allies. Penalty to accuracy to enemies in area of effect. Basically roots an enemy. Increase the allies' concentration will bonus. Immunity to frightened and terrified afflictions. Restore endurance to all allies. Okay. Withdraw. Okay. Actually, let's check out that character. Yeah, he's definitely a priest. Let's check out his gear. Let's give him some scrolls. He doesn't have a lot of spells he can use. Let's give him that. He's got a pretty decent robe. Okay, so I'm going to give this to him as an upgrade. Where'd it go? Oh. Because that's an upgrade for his main weapon. Fast 10 to 15, average 12 to 17. It's pretty much comparative. And he's got his staff, which is slow, but has some properties to it. He doesn't have a helm or anything like that, so let's see what I have for him. Nothing that has any stats, but still, let's put a helm on him. And a cape. Yeah, that cape looks better. What's he wearing for? He has that for armor, so I don't want to replace that. That's better than anything I have. Don't have any other slots. No better weapons, so... Okay, so looks like my guys are all set inventory-wise, but I can level up too, and I also have to talk to this guy. So let's talk to him. Thought I felt your eyes on me. Now come the words. I have questions I want to ask you.
If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong door.
Why were we supposed to meet? The why of it is you're a watcher, he snorts. A watcher runs two roads of why. For me, it's more a matter of what. There was a time when I wouldn't have spared a thought for your words, or even bothered with you. But now, seeking out watchers is what I do, to put the truth to them, see which of the two ways they bend. He smiles slightly, taunting. Truth? What kind of truth? Either you're a dry field in need of a harvest burning, he frowns for a moment, his eyes flat, or you're lost in the darkness. Either way, you could see differently from others. He gives a half smile, then his tone becomes accusing. I could tell by the way you noticed the staff first off. Not many can see it at first, nor the etching or the flames, but your eyes. He stares at you, almost eagerly, nodding. Your eyes trace the path. That I could see. So which are you, a dry field or lost in the darkness? Durance's face tenses. The day we don't trade that question back and forth is the day our paths no longer need to be joined. And the trial. Durance's hand clenches his staff. The trial's done. So you don't know either. You know this nation is diseased. Don't need to be a watcher to see it in the children, the politics, the men that stalk the roads with knives in hand and murder in their eyes. This land... What are you doing, Pat? Oh, you're in the window. And I called her out. This land needs life again. New seeds planted in the burned soil. His voice drops, mocking, and his eyes narrow. And something tells me you could see the path to making that future happen, Watcher. Your kind always does. So then, we need to make sure you see truly. Now, this nation, its people, don't need any more lies blinding them, nor do I. You test the truth. You don't blindly accept it. And how do you plan to test me? Sharing the road, of course, one truth to match another, matching each other's pace, keeping rhythm. Other priests can keep their teachings and rantings. For my faith, my teaching, sharing the road is a simple, hard truth. His smile widens, and his hands tap against his waist, once, then twice. And when you knock one truth against the leg of another, why, both legs stand firm. But now, if you strike a lie at the knee with the same force, his smile dies and his eyes narrows. Why, you make a cripple with but one leg to stand on. You won't find my truth lacking. The road is young, so are your words. The truth will win out. Keep pace and we'll see. Let me ask
The
you about
cost
something
of
else.
troubling me seems to worry you little.
I want to ask about the region and its history. Tell me about
That's a
Hollowborn.
curse that runs deeper. It's a god hammer of a different sort. And like the god hammer, it was made by men's hands.
All things have a price. Left unchecked, faithlessness, virtues, it leaves marks on souls, until souls don't have the strength to enter bodies that are pure. Animancers, ciphers, all who play games with the fabric of souls are to blame for the barren field they leave behind. Durance glares at you. Even watchers can do the same. Some simply watch. Others try to weave souls, guide them as surely as a wade wind across Evander. He turns away. That is why I correct the Hollowborn when I find them, and the ones whose hands have led to the seed being spilled on the ground. Correct the Hollowborn?
There are fewer souls. There are more vessels. It is simply equaling of the process.
So he murders. Well, they're soulless.
I feel more remorse in putting down a slathering hound. A wict? Less than a mongrel in its misery. Murder is a kindness, not a crime. Always has been. I would sooner put the blade to those who are to blame instead. If any spirit should be punished, it's theirs.
And who's to blame? The fields of the Deerwood are filled with weakness, ripe for those that play of souls, minds. His face wrinkles in a frown. Animancers and their kind, watchers too. They bear more of the burden than their victims, and more of the punishment. Every year has seen a new crime. The Saints' War, the Hollowborn, and the Salvation. There are few who could shape a soul in such a fashion. Durance stares at you. And any watcher, any true watcher born in the Deerwood, would be able to see the crime, even if they did not cause it. Silence itself is damning. Why don't you end me then?
Murder you? I would not grant you any of them. The mercy I grant the Hollowborn. You would not be deserving of it. Aethys was the god of rebirth, and his light does not fall on the Deerwood. I've heard some claim it's his doing, his death. It's closed the halls to new souls.
Good kitty, bad kitty.
I doubt it.
Whatever kitty.
The Hollowborn
Keep me
have
out.
their roots in
Get
the
off
acts
the
of man.
computer. No,
Women,
you're gonna rip my headphones
feel
out. Stop. Animals, they get in everything. He's talked enough.
Margren's fire casts light in dark places.
Okay, so let's kind of go up here and section off this area.
Huh?
Hello there. Begging your pardon, but you gave me a good fright. I thought I heard something rustling through the brush. Suppose that was just you. Silly of me. Don't suppose you happen to need some supplies. I thought I'd make my way over to Madmer Bridge, but I'm starting to think I'd be better off heading back to town and getting a few more folks together. Better safer than sorry, right? Say, did you hear something? Enemy spotted. Where? Where's the enemy? There we are. I didn't level up my character so well. I'll get him next time.
Huh? Yeah.
Fiery star in the sky, thank you. I've never seen those beasts so bold before. Strange times we're in. Here, take these. I'm headed back to Gilded Vale for certain, and you can make better use of them. 3 times potion of minor endurance added to inventory.
Hi?
Okay, so let's level up my characters. Save before, and then I'll save after. So athletics and survival. I don't have enough for that, so let's increase that. Class. Bonus knockdown. That gives me an extra knockdown per engagement. And these are just mimicking other classes' abilities. So let's go bonus knockdown. So now he should have 3 knockdowns. That's good. And let's level up the priest. Gonna go survival and lore. Let's see, new class unlock. Allies gain accuracy bonus from the priest's holy radiance. Okay. Kind of like interdiction. Let's go with interdiction. Okay, let's go survival, lore. Bunch of new spells. Regenerating allies. So a circle of endurance regeneration. Oh, that's kind of cool. Basically an AoE knockdown. Trap, kind of. Okay, let's do another point in survival. And let's do some in athletics and mechanics. Empowered interdiction. Yeah, let's, well, that's kind of cool. Let's do painful interdiction.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's finish looking around up here.
Right.
Okay. So let's keep going northeast here. Another wolfie. Something should knock him down then.
What?
Aztec worth and wrath!
Ruby.
Ruby on seek!
Yeah.
Priest can hit pretty hard.
Huh? Yeah.
Oh, there's a tower over here. There's a will-o-wisp in there.
How may I help?
Sure.
Alright, let's scan.
I'll see what I can find.
Another lockpick and some money.
Nice and slow.
Let's go inside and check it out. Rope and grappling hook and some camping supplies. Yes, please. Some more lockpicks. Some fruit. Not bad. I have to be careful on the camping supplies. It's so... I mean, at first I was like, they're giving me more camping supplies than I can handle. Now it's like, please give me more camping supplies. Gold-packed paladin. That's what I am. There, that one. Get that one.
Hey.
You shouldn't have attacked me. That's what you get. Get wrecked. Ludger's Grimoire. You found a new grimoire. Grimoires often contain spells that your wizards may not know. For a small cost, you can learn those spells from the description panel. You also may fill additional grimoires with different spells. Place them in your wizard's quick item slots to switch them, but be careful, switching grimoires will temporarily lock wizards out of spellcasting for several seconds. Ludrana's orders. Seems I have no choice but to provide you with instruction. Raedric's forces are spread thin, and the road through the wilds to the south of the Gilded Vale lies unguarded. Given these favorable circumstances, I'm sure that even you can manage to handle a peasant or two. The archers tell me that Kolsk's men made south after their escape. If you should happen to retrieve one of their number, I may be convinced to give you your previous mistakes. For the last time, you are to keep clear of Defiance Bay. Know that if you cannot be trusted to acquire a useful specimen with even a modicum of discretion, I have no qualms whatsoever about using what materials I have at my disposal instead. Let's look at these helms. See if that's an upgrade. White leaf. Let's check out these armors. See if any of these are upgrades. Shield might be an upgrade. Wand could be an upgrade. I don't think the mace is an upgrade, but let's check. I don't use two-handed, so... Okay, let's take a look at things. So this is Alos Grimoire. Let's go ahead and learn that. You've learned a new wizard spell. Remember that you must add new wizard spells to a grimoire before they're available for you to use. Let's look at this grimoire. Already learned, already learned, already learned. So, does that mean when I go in here? Okay, so I can only... This is the spells I actually have able to be casted. These are what I have known. So, let's see. I like magic missile. I like minor missiles. I'm not sure on that yet. That might be handy if something close in melee range. I don't really like that, because it seems to hit my own guys. So let's see. I'm not sure what I have to do to get a spell from here to there. Let's see. Oh, okay. Let's do Wizard's Double for some added defense. And that in case they close in melee range. That's handy. Okay, let's check level 2 spells. Okay. So is there any use for this then? Only if I want to customize it, so I'll just put that here for now. Okay. 13 to 19 crush damage. Slash damage, average speed, average speed. Okay, so that's not any good. Helm. Does everybody have a helm? Yes. Helms, no, nothing really. There's no stats on them or anything. Light armor, 4. He has better light armor than that. As does he. So light armor can go in there. Medium armor, 9. My guy has heavy armor of 10. This guy has medium armor of 7. But this doesn't have any of the special abilities, so nothing on there. This is a wand, two-handed fast. Rod, two-handed average. So 12 to 17 versus... No, I'll stick with what I have. So the shield is a large shield. Minus 8 accuracy, 16 deflection. So I gain 4 deflection, but lose 4 accuracy. I think a medium shields are good enough. I don't want to lose more accuracy. Sometimes I've noticed it's hard to hit as it is.
Huh?
So let's see. I was working my way down. Hello, little deer. Okay, so let's go start kind of filling this in. I did this in the Baldur's Gate and Icewind Dale games as well. I had to uncover as much of the Fog of War in an area as I could. It's just, I can't leave the Fog of War up. It just bugs me. It makes my OCD go a little nuts. There's a crevice, or not a crevice, there's a hill here. Can't go that way. So it's south to Anslog's Compass and east to Black Meadow. It's good to know. So I have to go to both those places. Forest Troll. Save real quick. If it's anything like AD&D Gold Box games, trolls are brutal just due to their regenerative capabilities.
Let's go!
How may I help?
Not near as bad. Troll skin. Ooh, an amulet. So, give the amulet to him. Let's look at this. This piece of parchment is torn and flecked with blood and troll spittle. What little of it remains reads, worried he may have come to harm. Once I reach Defiance Bay, I will hire guides to take me back west in safety and see if we cannot find Fulvano. At present, I regret my eagerness to be away from the Gilded Vale. It is very dark. So I got a neck piece. He has a cloak that has some stats. He has an amulet of health. Cloak. He's the only one that doesn't. So we'll do that. Put that in the stash. Call that a day. so let's see. I've pretty much uncovered all this area. So they said it's east to Black Marsh, south to Etzel's Cross, and it's also east to Caranua. Might just head east for now then. Let me save and let me see if I have any new conversation pieces to talk to these player NPCs.
Hey, what's on your mind?
What? If doubts and curiosity plague you, you're skinning your knuckles on the wrong...
Are you a servant of Whale? Let mysteries and questions remain with him, at least until next time we need rest. So he's not going to talk about it. So from here I can go to Anslog's Compass.
Sure.
What happens if I go out this way? Black Meadow, okay. So probably what I need to do then is, after I clear out the Fog of War of an area, I need to go out each side. I came from the north here. Let me make sure there's no west side to exit.
How may I help?
Hey.
Okay, so it doesn't look like there's anything out west then. I think I'll go to Anslog's Compass first. I've got 2 quests out this way, so let's just go to Anslog's Compass first. That might be an enclosed area or a small area. Hi. Oh, this area looks cool. I think I'm going to go ahead and save there and take a break. I appreciate those who joined the stream and watched, and but I need to get some food. It's getting around midday. I'll probably stream some more later. Thank you all for watching, and y'all have a good day. I'll probably be back later. Maybe. Probably. Unless the wife has me doing something around the house. Alrighty. Take it easy. Have a good one.